Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's having a fabulous Wednesday, wonderful Wednesday. Welcome to the RLP show. Tonight, we've got some anonymous questions. We've got some questions on dating, some questions on spirituality. And I put the topic of the show as slow down, liars, cheaters, deceivers. It's real. I'm coming with this theme tonight because I've had so many inbox messages, anonymous messages, and it really is coming down to this. So I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to come on tonight, and we're going to get into this topic because I think that I really need to speak to the cycle of heartbreak and the cycle of disappointment in the dating game. While you're dating, there are these cycles of disappointment that you go through, especially when you are encountering liars, cheaters, deceivers, when you're encountering people who are married or not single, but they're pursuing you. And I've had a lot of inbox messages and situations like this, guys, with people sharing very real situations and discovering that the person they thought they were falling in love with is married, or the person they thought they're dating and it's leading to something significant and they already have a significant other. They already have a partner. So we're going to talk about it tonight because I think that it's also something that is also undermining why some of you also stay on the bench. Stay on the bench. What do I mean by stay on the bench? And I know I'm hopping right in tonight because my brain was already buzzing before I hit the button tonight. A lot of you stay on the bench and you don't even date. You're not dating. And I believe that underneath your reasoning for not dating, there's heartbreak, there's pain, there's disappointment, there's distrust, because in your dating experiences, you've experienced disillusionment. You've experienced heartbreak, disappointment. You've experienced that, can you trust people? Why do people lie so much? Why do people mislead, right? And so I want to talk about that tonight. And I've got a couple of anonymous questions as well. But I want to start with this. We cannot change the fact that there are going to be liars and cheaters on both sides. There are going to be women who are lying and cheating and misleading and using and abusing and manipulating. There are going to be men who are lying, abusing, misusing, misleading, manipulating, abusing trust. This is a fact. Let's just talk about that for a minute tonight. It is a fact that there are people out here in the dating pool who do not have good intentions. Men and women. That being the case, if you are a sincere, good-hearted, honest person who is sincerely seeking love, it is your responsibility to protect your heart. I'm going to say that one more time. If there's all these liars and cheaters and misleaders out here, guys, you can't look to them to change. They're not going to change. Hey, Bliss. Hey, guys. We can't change people. You can't change the world. You can't change the reality that there are dishonest, disingenuous people without integrity out here in the dating pool. You can't change that. Okay? Elijah, Naja, Lala Brown 41. You guys hear me? Tina Lorraine, Melanin Travels Magic. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, Fran Inspires. Hey, sweetheart. You guys hear me? I just came on tonight, started talking. I didn't even say hello to everybody. Chef Freddie Perez 912. Hey, sweetheart. Calm Delight. Hello, everyone, as you're coming on. Miss Pink Secrets, hey sweetheart. Hillary Gloss, hello, welcome. So listen, I know I'm just jumping into this, but this is really on my heart tonight. We can't change the bad people. Keisha Marie, For Real Beauty, hi sweetheart. Monica Spencer. Monica says, I hear you loud and clear. The Queen of Cascade, weight loss on steroids, hey sweetheart. So if we can't change the liars, cheaters, deceivers, if you can't change the fact that there are going to be women who are going to mislead you, try to use you, try to abuse you, try to manipulate you. Ladies, if we can't change the fact that there are going to be people out here like that, what are we to do? What are you going to do? What are we to do about this? Because just sitting on the bench and not dating isn't an option because you do want love. So what are you going to do about it? Because like I'm saying, it is your responsibility to change how you date. Now, this is why I'm talking about this subject tonight. I've had two women separately, not even connected. Weeks and weeks ago, one inboxed me and said, oh, I've met someone, Rebecca. Oh my God, I'm so excited. And I had to really calm her down and be like, slow down. Slow down. You're really excited. You do not know this man yet. Slow down. You're getting way too caught up and it's brand new. You don't know him. Slow down. A few weeks go by. Inbox message. Rebecca, he's married. He's married. And she's just heartbroken because she thought this was something so special. And he's a whole married man who's been dating her and courting her and talking like it's so serious and he's so into her. Heartbreak, right? Disappointment. This is what sows the seeds of distrust. This is what causes people to put their guard up. This is what causes people to distrust love interests, the opposite sex. Married. Another woman inboxes me a while ago. Oh my God, I've met someone, Rebecca. I'm so excited. He's so amazing. Slow down. You know I'm the queen of slow down. Slow down. Fellas, you too, slow down. So I tell her, slow down. Toykus W says, where is the wife in these circumstances? At home, being a good wife. Rhythm and Wonder says, so do a background check early on. You guys think I'm crazy when I've talked about some of these things, but then when you experience what's going on out here, it begins to become logical that you have to apply more logic and wherewithal and due diligence to protect your heart. Because not everybody's honest. So another woman inboxes me. Met someone, so excited. Just this past week, she messages back and says, Rebecca, he's got a girlfriend. She posted and tagged him on Facebook. And they're hugged up in a picture and he's hugging her from behind. And she's just like, heartbroken. He's been dating her, pursuing her, and has a whole girlfriend. This is real stuff. And I know if you guys were to be transparent with me, even on the live tonight, in the comments, you'd be like, I know exactly what they're going through. Fellas, you too. You would be able to say, I have been through the ringer when it comes to this dating stuff. Jess Vice Prezzo for clowns. Yes. And guys, can I tell you something? Can I put you on game? When you do find out, this has happened to me 3 times, Rhythm and Wonder says. 3 times. Guys, can I put you onto some game? Here's some game. When you do find out, or you do ask enough questions or do enough discovery to find out they're not single, Then they've got these excuses. Oh, it's rocky. Oh, we're not happy. It's complicated. It's been rocky for a long time. Oh, we live together, but we're living separated. Oh, we're about to file for divorce. Oh, do you know, I want to put you guys onto something. Do you know in that so many situations that I've been privy to and learned about, do you know that oftentimes these relationships, if you were to talk to the significant other, they think everything's fine. They think that they are in a loving, committed, amazing relationship. As a matter of fact, it could be moving towards marriage and she's planning a whole wedding and a date set and he's engaged and she don't even know he's still out here in these streets. And he's running game with you talking like it's not, oh no, it's not happy. Same thing with married men. Same thing with women, fellas, when they're running game to you. Sob stories. I'm not happy, doesn't love me, doesn't treat me right. Guys, and in the meantime, it's just running game on you, manipulating you. They over here in marital bliss, wife and kids, big old house, or she planning a wedding. Do you know how many situations I've been privy to where men are cheating all the way up to the point before he walks down the aisle? Hello. So what are we to do? Here's my solution. You're going to have to start testing and vetting love interests. Guys, if you are a mature person, you can no longer afford to be, falling in love with someone in a matter of weeks. You cannot afford to be getting so caught up emotionally in someone you just met. Rhythm and Wonder says, I've actually been approached by more men in relationships than single men. She's like, hand to God. And that's the truth. This is what's going on out here. And if you don't want to lose yourself and keep breaking your heart in these situations where you are giving yourself and getting so excited and building up expectation and hope that this is the one based on some chemistry, based on some fun conversations, based on a couple dates, you've got to slow down. Now, here's my other solution to this. As much as you want love, people who tend to move too fast are people who do not have enough self-esteem and self-love and enough respect for their own life and protecting what they built. I'll say it again. People who move too fast are too needy for love because you're over trying to compensate for other areas of your life or validation for areas of your life that you need to be paying attention to and giving work and focus to, but you putting your eggs in this relationship basket because you want to feel better about yourself. So you move too fast because you're not exactly high self-esteem, high confidence, or healthy. I said what I said. So there's, Net Perry says, brokenness, pain, issues, lack of goals, lack of focus on other areas of your life, so consumed with trying to create a healthy relationship and be in love and get married, but you're ignoring these other areas of your life. God did not call you to just be a wife. God didn't call you to just be a husband. God has called you to be a whole, healed being. Whole, healed, complete, autonomous, healthy, pursuing purpose, passion, goals, working on your mental health, your joy, your peace, your sleep at night, your physical well-being, your financial stability, your mental health. If some of you get honest tonight, you need to be pulling back from trying to focus on relationships so much, and you need to focus on these other areas of your life that are causing you to be overly obsessed about getting in a relationship and falling in love. My new book comes out Friday. It's called Abundant Life is Yours. It's covering all the areas of life. It is a self-analysis workbook. I created Abundant Life Circle, and you analyze every area of your life and score yourself in every area of life. Give yourself a rating. It's asking you some very tough questions for you to get honest about where you're at in life. Course and book coming out Friday. Because it is time for you to be whole. It's time for you to be healed so you can make healthy choices. Can I tell you? It comes out Friday. It'll be in my email, and I'll put up a link for Amazon here on Instagram and YouTube as well, guys. Make sure you subscribe also on Instagram and YouTube. I keep forgetting to say that. My team's like, subscribe. So here's the key, guys. I need you to listen. If you're happy with yourself and you're happy with the life you've created, you will slow down in this dating/vetting process of getting to know people, because you won't be so pressed to be able to find someone because it's being pressured. You're using dating and the seeking of love as a coping mechanism. It's a coping mechanism. Okay? And that's dangerous. Why is that dangerous? Because you're not using your critical thinking. It's emotional. It's not cognitive. You're not using the common sense and the brain that God gave you to slow down enough and ask the right questions. Go do a little research. Dig into who this person is. Do you ever notice and stop? This is something I've observed over almost 15 years of coaching. Do you ever notice that when someone is in that first 3 to 4 weeks of getting to know someone, that first 30 to 60 days, and they're like, oh my God, he could be the one. Oh my God, she could be the one. Oh my God. And they're infatuated, and they're all, just excited, and they're just, oh. But have you ever noticed, guys, and just be honest, even about yourself, how much do you really know this person? Thank you so much, dear Amanda Justine. She said your hair looks so good. Thank you, babe. I just washed it and got out of the shower and Kim did my video. Have you ever stop and think about it from a logical perspective? Let's remove emotion. Fellas, I want you to do this too. Remove emotion, remove chemistry, remove sexiness, remove all the emotional stuff. And I just want you to be analytical for a minute. Let's just get honest and be analytical for a minute. If we're really analytical and we examine these situations where you've been disappointed, in the phase where you were saying, oh my God, he could be the one. Oh my God, she's amazing. What are you basing that thought and that feeling on? What facts are you basing those feelings on? I want you to really stop and think about it for a second. Weight Loss on Steroids says you don't know them at all. Fellas, you're guilty of this. She's pretty. She does it for you physically. She seems sweet. You're not asking the hard questions. You're not asking the real nitty-gritty stuff that makes or breaks a relationship. Rhythm and Wonder says, don't know them at all, but they look good on paper, right? Hillary Glass, facts, just the way they make me feel, and that's dangerous. Miss Lena Finna Win, what I want them to be, not what they actually are. Susie Martin's art says just surface knowledge and fantasy. Thank you for your honesty, guys. You guys are hitting the nail on the head. It's fantasy. It is an ideal image, an idea of this person that you've created based on who you want them to be. Can I also give you some more insight? This is also why relationships and marriages become so complicated, because we marry based on these fantasies and ideals of who we want people to be versus who they are. And we love to blame the other people. We love to be able to say, oh, he misled me. He's a liar. She's a liar. She was fake. She didn't show her true colors. You know, they're dishonest. But can we also own that sometimes, if not all the time, yes, there can be some of that, but can we be honest and say that 99% of the time, we are creating fantasies about who these people are, that even when they tell you their truth, even when they reveal things to you, even when they say to you, you know, I've never had a healthy relationship. You know, I'm really not ready for love right now. Well, you know, I'm really not committed 100% yet. You know, I really went through a lot with my ex. I'm still healing from that. Be honest. I need you to think about this in the comments. I want you to think back on conversations that were cluing you in to what came later when you came out of the fog of fantasy and you landed on earth again and you're looking at this person as a human being. Come on, talk about it for a second. What are some of the things that they said honestly, but you didn't believe them, or you weren't listening, or you didn't take it to heart because you were doubling down on who you wanted them to be? Enrique says, I don't blame anyone but me for all that I am into. Enrique, it starts with self-awareness and self-acceptance. We got to take responsibility. We got to take responsibility. We really do. For good and not so bad at all. Treating waiters badly. Nichelle says it was a sign. Treating waiters badly. Someone not being quite as committed as you are. The signs that they're not as committed, that you're further along. Watch how they speak to their mother. He actually told me I deserve better than him and I still stayed. My age is making me make bad decisions. I want a baby, Mother of the Sun says. Desperation, neediness, creating your own timetable, trying to make it happen, right, Mother of the Sun? Yes, that's definitely a sign. How they treat family and waiters. Only call at certain times. Breaking communication patterns. Breaking boundaries. Breaking their word. Not being consistent. Not having healthy friendships, not having good relationships with their children. Miss Pink Steve says controlling but buying expensive gifts, emotionally unavailable, financially irresponsible, with lots of sob stories and excuses and reasons why, right? When someone says I'm not worthy of you, they usually are not. They got a bunch of stuff hidden. That's right, sweetheart, and it just hasn't come out yet. Guys, it is your responsibility to vet and test people before you let them into your heart. I'm going to lay down a challenge for all my single supporters, single followers. I need you to commit to something. The next time you are finding yourself in a dating situation, before you even let the words cross over your lips that they could be the one, I need you to listen to me. Before you let it cross over your lips, they could be the one, I need you to stop and I want you to write down on a piece of paper, fact versus fiction. Where's one of my notepads? I want you to get a piece of paper And I want you to be logical about it. Facts. Facts on one side. Questions on the other side. And I want you to write down on the fact side everything you know for sure about that person that is backing up why you are thinking they could be the one. Before you even let it cross your lips. Before you even start doubling down in your mind, oh, he could be the one, she could be the one, oh. And you talking to your homeboys, you talking to your girlfriends. I need you to write down why you think they could be the one. And it needs to be facts, not assumptions, facts. What do you know for sure about this person? Toykas W says logical, not emotional. Pearls of wisdom, right? We got to get logical. We've got to learn, because some of this you can talk about. That's why you need discernment. That's why you need discernment. How about you use your brain? The brain God gave you. Nichelle says, I am married now. This can save your life. This is wisdom. Listen, Toyka says, facts, not tingles. That's what we need. Facts, not tingles. Exactly. I need you to get honest with yourself. What do you know for sure? What do you have questions about? What do you not know? This is a coaching assignment, guys. Welcome to your life and love coaching session. I need you to understand, why are you saying they're the one? And then on the other side, I need you to put down exactly, what do you not know? What questions do you have? I bet you'll be pumping your brakes so quick, like, wait a minute, here we go again. Here we go again. Me assuming things. Have you even asked any questions? Have you asked the question 3 different ways to see if they answer it, right? To see if they answer it consistently. His lady A says, don't be digmatized. Use logic. Logic. Right? Enrique says, I stay nice, Rebecca, too much. I'm going to have to put this assignment in the Nice for What workbook. Right? This is going to be in the Nice for What. What's the facts versus the fiction, guys? What are the lies you're telling yourself where you're acting like you just know who they are? Ashley says, this is a course, Auntie. It is. I'm going to ask you, remind me to put this exercise in the Nice for What workbook. Listen, for real. What do you know for sure? What are still questions? What's his relationship like with his mama? What's her relationship like with her baby daddy? What is her income and her credit score? Right? Is she a gold digger? Is he a hoe? See, some of you guys make this too complicated. Some of you get too deep with this stuff. Is he a man of God? Girl, you need to be asking, is he a hoe? Do you have health problems? Ashley says, right? Are you on medications? Do you have any medical diagnosis that I need to know about? Because now you facing diabetes and your sugar and your blood pressure ain't good. Do you have badass kids? Are your grown kids still in your life and they crazy? Is he a gold digger? Thank you. Believe me, it's a real thing. Is he a homosexual? Is he looking for some place to live? Is he a con artist? Do you believe in God? What is your faith system? How does that show up in your life? What are your spiritual practices? What is your mindset about money? What are your financial strategies and goals for the future? Do you have any goals? Do you take your health serious? Who do you live with? Where do you live? Do you owe a lot of people money? Do you have any STDs? Stop and think about how many situations you've been in where you are literally talking about he could be the one, she could be the one. And what do you really know? Right? Does he really care about you, or does he give you crumbs that you take as a whole pie? Good one. Really good one. Because if you're out here dating desperate, you don't know your worth, or you have low self-esteem, you could be taking crumbs from somebody and calling it a full course meal. Do you have cases pending in court? Memphis lawyer 1619. She's a lawyer. Do you have cases pending? Do you have a record? Right? Are you a scammer? I notice you got all these nice things. What exactly do you do for a living? Is there social proof of the things they're sharing? When you Google them, do these things add up? Examine their character, Jehovah's Stool says. Examine their character to see if they are a narcissist. Right? Much is learned from listening to their end of random business and personal phone calls. Does he have a temper? Great questions. Run their name through your local court docket. Do you have any kids on the way? Are you really single? Is there anyone who can claim you? Because see, you got to ask these questions in different ways. Maybe it's not, are you married? Is there anyone who's claiming you as their boyfriend or girlfriend? See, that's a different question. These are good and necessary questions. We have to ask the hard questions. Guys, vetting, testing, fact versus fiction. What do you know for sure? What do you need more information about? Your heart is valuable. Your life is valuable. How did their last relationship end? Fireworks, smooth. They got any stalkers trying to key your car or beat you up or kill you? Are they talking bad about their exes or child's parents? Is there unresolved toxic trauma and craziness going on? Facts versus fiction. You gotta be, yes, Veronica says, be a bit like the Detective Columbo. You have to take responsibility for your heart. You gotta take responsibility. See, one of the things I've taught my kids, I posted about this, Ashley posted for me the other day, about a conversation with my youngest son. And he's like, Mom, you're really confident. And he was trying to say like I'm arrogant. Guys, if you value you, you've got to slow down. How does your mother or father treat your relationships? Are you married or currently in a relationship? Basics, you got to cover it. But this is what I need you to understand. What I'm pointing you to tonight is the reality that it is your responsibility to, first of all, value yourself. Understand that you are a blessing. Understand that it is your responsibility to protect your heart and mind from the games and manipulations that people will play out here. They're not going to do it for you. They're trying to take advantage. So it is your responsibility to do that for yourself. Your responsibility, right? I had friends in love, but didn't even know if that was their real name. That part. People lying about their name so you can't Google them. Guys, this is the real stuff that's going on. So I want you to make sure you make a reminder to get my new book on Friday, Abundant Life is Yours. It is going to help you. It's going to help you to make decisions and choices about the areas that you need to do work on. Rhythm and Wonder says, Rebecca, can I come on and ask a question? You sure can, sweetheart. Let me see if I can Go live. Wonder, she's got a question.
Oh, I did. Hello.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for
Good.
having me on.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So what's your question? What you got?
All right, so I have this question because this is something that has been heavy on my mind, heavy on my heart, but I would say like a year. And I'm on the fence about it. I don't know what to do. So my question is this. I'm 29. I am at a point where I am looking for a real relationship that will lead toward a monogamous relationship that will
Yes.
lead with a marriage-minded man, right?
Right.
And I don't have any kids. I've dated someone with a child before. I've done it. I don't like it. And I can't come up with any good reason why I should date someone with a child. However, some of the other qualities that I look for in a guy typically would be with a man who's maybe a little older and may have had the experience of having children already. So my question to you is, should I stay with what it is that I truly want, which is to not be with a man who has a baby mama, or may I need to be more open about it?
So there are no cookie cutter answers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when it comes to dating, everybody's looking for these answers and they want these rules to make it all make sense. That if I say, oh, this is for me and this is not for me, it's going to protect me and this is going to get me the success that I want. Right. But that's not real life. In reality, what's your first name, sweetheart?
My first name is Rhythm. You can call me Rhythm.
Rhythm. Okay. So Rhythm. In reality, you have got to take each person you meet and take the time to get to know that person. Because you could meet a man, if you're 29, you could meet a man who's 39, who has a 10-year-old and has an ex-wife who's amazing and she's remarried and she's doing great. They have a great co-parenting relationship. He got a 10-year-old that he only has half the time, who's a good kid and is not going to be, crazying up your life with the baby mama and all of that, right? What if you met a man who was absolutely amazing and loved you from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, but he already had a kid?
I have my reasons why I don't want to date someone who, okay.
So give me the reasons.
So it's not having a child. I don't mind dating a man who has a child, but I don't want to date a man who has a baby mom.
Well, if he's got a child, there's a mom. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay,
tell
okay.
me.
I'm gonna
Okay,
say
so you dated one man with a kid, and
no more
it
than
was.
one, more than one guy. I've done it more than once. Um, if she's no longer with us, then I'm open to it.
A widow.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to politely say.
Okay. So here's the thing, Rhythm. You're 29,
Mm-hmm.
so you're getting ready to come into your 30s, and you're in your 20s. It feels like you have all these options. Like, I can make these rules for myself, and I don't have to settle for this because I'm beautiful, I'm young, I can have what I want. But in reality, Rhythm, some of the very best men who want to put a ring on your finger and commit their life to you are going to be mature men who have already been married or at least already had a significant relationship and have had I'm not saying you have to be with someone
Yeah,
who has kids. I'm not saying that.
yeah.
But what I am saying is I would encourage you to stay open because I don't think I've made it a secret at all that I've had baby mama drama in my
But
marriage.
I just don't. I
Okay,
don't want to deal with.
let me explain. And I'm going to be very as blunt and as clear as I can, okay? And I'm just talking to you, Rhythm. I'm going to act like all these people are not on here with us right now because I'm just going to give you some real talk, okay?
Yeah.
Carrie Pope loves me in a way, Rhythm, that no one has ever loved me, ever in my life. Like, drink your dirty bathwater love, okay? Kill for you love, die for you kind of love. And when the issues with X, the X and all that stuff, I still ain't gone nowhere. Because where am I going to go to get another Carrie Pope? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like no matter, so I'll put it to you like this. In relationships and in marriages, there's always going to be issues. Nobody's perfect. You're going to deal with something, darling. There's always going to be something you got to deal with. That is going to be hard. You're going to want to get divorced. You're going to like, oh my God, why did I even marry this man? And then you're going to fall back in love again and everything. You'll be like, oh my God, but I can't go nowhere. I only want him.
And that's fine. I just don't want that something to be another woman. Another woman being able to say what we can and cannot do in this household. Another woman being able to say, I don't want her combing my daughter's hair. Another woman, all that does, I don't. Another, I dated a person who, when I met them, he and his ex-wife they seemed like they had a great platonic friendship, great co-parenting relationship. She moved on, everything's fine. But then the moment that she saw our relationship, and the moment that her daughter, because her daughter was actually more at his house than the mom, and the moment her daughter started calling me mommy, or going over to her house and screaming that she didn't want to be over there, that she wanted to come back over here, that's when the ex-wife start texting
Jealousy.
the jealousy, the I miss our family, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. So I don't mind a man with kids. He just can't have no baby mom.
And those are real. I mean, everything you're stating is very real. It's very real. And then on top of that, you're a beautiful young woman, right? If he's getting with you and you're a younger, more beautiful upgrade to the ex, women, jealousy is real. Lily Billy just said it. Jealousy is real. I've dealt with it. You've dealt with it. It's real.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that I would keep my options open because, okay, here's a better question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What are you willing to deal with on the negative side? What if you had to say, okay, Rebecca, nothing's going to be perfect, but I'm willing to deal with A, B, C, D, E, F, G as negative options. What would those options be?
So I'm willing to date a man who's shorter than me.
Okay, but that's not really a life issue. Life issues are the kind of things that cause you to be
I'm
in couples counseling.
I'm willing to work with somebody who's working through like some trauma. They maybe need therapy, they maybe need uplifting, um reassurance, that kind of thing. If they have family issues, like issues with their parents, issues with siblings, I
What about
understand
a
that.
mama drama? What if his mama crazy?
I can deal with that.
Okay, you can deal with mama crazy. Can you deal with financial struggles?
I can deal with, I don't know how there's a long range of financial struggles.
Mhm.
He doesn't have to be like, balling. Um, you know, Everyone, I'm an entrepreneur. I have some seasons where I'm up, some seasons when I'm down, and I don't
Yeah.
expect anyone to always be up when it comes to finances. So yeah, if we go through some rocky waters, yes, I can deal with that.
Okay. And the reason I'm asking you that, Rhythm, is because we just have to be realistic. It's like if all it was is an ex, but he has good boundaries and keeps her in her place and puts her in her place, which is not always the case. I'm sure in the situations you were in, it sounds like he didn't put the baby mama in her place. So now there's problems in your relationship because he's not standing his ground and being strong. And so, you could easily meet a man who has really strong boundaries and corrects her real quick, checks her, and you would have no more problems. But it's when they're trying to straddle that fence and afraid to offend that things become a problem.
The other thing about it that's very important to me is that I already have um, well thought out ideologies on child rearing. And if what I would like for my children isn't necessarily what she wants for her child, but our children are siblings, and we kind of need to be on a one band, one sound type of situation, that's difficult. And
Yeah.
the things that I've already decided when it comes to how I would like to raise my children, like I'm I'm pretty firm on it. And so I'm just not a blended family kind of girl. Like I can like there's only one king in this house and one queen in this house, and we're the only two that make decisions about what goes on in this house. And it doesn't work that way when a person has a child that they're sharing with someone else. It doesn't work that way.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you that it does not, there's not major issues in most cases. There are major issues.
That's,
I
and
mean, it's just a
have
fact.
your options open, which is why I'm open to a widow.
And that's the thing. I think that as long as you remain open in other ways, if you're willing for someone to be working through their traumas and therapy, and if you're willing that someone can be, working on their money and they can be if you're willing to be flexible about other things, then yes, it can even out the playing field.
Okay.
But it's when you start saying, okay, no kids. He needs to be a baller. He needs to be 6'2". He needs to be, making 150,000 minimum a year.
Mm,
He needs to never have been married. He needs, if you start layering on too much,
mm,
that's when it becomes unrealistic.
mm,
Yeah, I mean that's when things get real tricky because at the end of the day, um, and here's the other thing. A lot of your men over 35 and 40 are going to have kids.
Now, um, I did. That is true that a lot of them do. I was looking up. I love looking at census data. I am a weirdo. I look at census data in other countries and all that type of stuff. And apparently, it's like 52% of black men are unmarried with no kids, which is great.
But they're not all straight.
Yeah,
And unmarried doesn't mean single.
yeah.
And they are in also
I
a lot of them are in prison.
You can tell it's definitely like, okay, what are my odds? Because you gotta have this. Okay, that limits me down. Okay, but you also have to have this. Okay, now I'm down about 25%. Okay.
Right. And that's what I said, that one of the issues when we talk about Black women having one of the lowest marriage rates, right? Black women, it's because predominantly Black women want to be married to Black men.
I'm open to
And,
that. Beyond.
you know, and that's the thing, especially if you want to date outside your race, Rhythm, you can really open up your
Oh, yeah,
options.
I'm open to all that. Hmm.
Okay, then that's open it up to everything. And I say, yes, go with that. But just be open that if you were to meet a man who absolutely was amazing, because I would hate to have thought if I would have eliminated Carrie Pope as an option because he had, a child
Yeah.
in a previous marriage, and an ex, I would say that we've had to learn to put a lot of boundaries in place. And I've had to be really firm, about those boundaries as well. So it's doable. it's doable. But like I said, keep your options open. And I think a lot of the time we can create a lot of these rules that we want to have for what we want.
Hmm.
And then the love bug bites.
So I actually, and I'll get off your phone, but I actually, I don't know if you're familiar with, gosh, what is her name? Patty Stranger, Millionaire.
So,
Um,
Millionaire Matchmaker.
yeah, I don't know if you heard. She had a TV show called Millionaire Match,
Yeah, yeah, I remember her. Yeah.
and I heard her say that in dating, people should have that. People, a lot of people have these long lists of like what they want. Um, and that it's ideal to have what she called five non-negotiables. Just have your five things that are like the most important to you, and then
Yeah.
all else be flexible.
There you go.
And for me, on my five has always been the no kids thing. But as I'm getting older, I'm wondering like, should I be flexible in that, even though I really would rather not? But trying to just be a little realistic about it. So,
Yeah. And if you're still single at 35, you're going to have to reevaluate it.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, real talk.
yeah,
At 29, I think you still have some flexibility in this,
hmm,
but as you're getting older,
yeah.
you'll probably need to be more flexible.
That's good.
All right, babe. Thank you so much for coming on. All right. Mwah. Thank you. Okay, guys. So listen, I'm about to get off here. Don't forget my new book's coming out on Friday. Abundant Life is Yours. It also has a course with it as well. You don't want to miss the course because the course will actually help you walk through the content and extra videos and audible affirmations in it as well for you to analyze your whole life, kind of some of the stuff we were talking about tonight on the show. I love you. Blessings in abundance. You can donate seeds of love tokens and gifts to Rebecca Lynn Pope Ministries. You can buy the Work Masterclass or the Heartbreak course at the link in my bio as well. If you need to do some of that spiritual shadow work, the Work Masterclass is our #1 spiritual healing class. All right. Mwah. Blessings in abundance, guys. Have a great night. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.